we're going live here in a sec.
Yeah, expect to see. I've played against Light Off, and you're going to see him really shutting down mid. He plays really far back on big door. Yeah, I don't know if you want to give an intro for that, but yeah, basically that is that. Just a lot of wrangling, a lot of mini-century wrangling. That's what you can see a lot of.
God. So,
Yow! It is the second map, and it is Getawhale here with seasoned Plat players Mustardoverlord and Sigafoo, and we're playing the second map here now, Gullywash. We're already underway, and we've got our mid-fight going on. Right away, Marissa the Sniper going down, and both teams super aggressive on this rollout.
yeah, this is kind of interesting, and I'll talk about this when the mid-fight ends, but I think it's going to barely go to MTS.
Wow. We've got a bloodbath, 2 left up for the Street Hoops team, as MTS are not kidding around. Obviously, the first map going to Street Hoops, and so MTS, they are dying to take this one. This is the map they chose, and looking good on that first mid rollout.
Really nice escape by Ming, though. He was the only player on his team to get out alive, and his team might contest second. I'm not sure. They have Uber, but they're kind of locked in the door.
Yeah, they're
and it
going
looks
to
like
contest. Here they come, and both Ubers popped. Kind of a surprise, actually, too. I'm surprised they didn't just fall back, but here we go, and it's going to come down to DM. Down goes Horriblue, though, right away off the bat.
Yeah,
and you can't push without your medic, and that's been kind of continuing the story from the first map.
Oh, Marissa takes down Ming.
Ming going down as well, so both medics going down and kind of, you know, both will be missed. And so now we sort of fight it out. The cap was completed at, or sorry, the cap wasn't completed at the second point, and there's 3 up now for the MTS squad.
Yeah, Street Hoops did a good job winning that fight, but they're going to have to capture this fast before MTS gets their spawns, because they're going to spawn closer. As I say that, Squid just runs in and takes down Dewatna and Columbia. But I think they're still going to cap this. And I wanted to say on that mid-fight, both demos rolled out on their choke, but Sweater got a lot more aggressive. He like actively walked across the point and did so much damage. Meanwhile, Horriblue was actually on the ground, and he ran across the other side, and they just pincered they pincered the Street Hoops. So really good mid-fight from them.
Yeah, we have a little moment here now as there's this... Oh, Horriblue isn't going to see an advantage. Forget about the advantage. That's the end of that as he goes down. And so now, rough luck, and the MTS team without a medic, they want to try to dry push it, but... I mean, losing too many here, it looks like. I want to let you finish your thoughts, Sigafoo, talking a bit about the flanking classes on this map and how important they are. Go ahead and finish what you were saying about sort of these flanking classes and whatever you wanted to say.
Yeah, basically just the flanking classes are really important. If you control the flank, you can control basically the pincer, like as Mustard was saying. It's like, if you can flank them, you either force them to, you can force an Uber out of them, or you can make them lose ground because you took over their side. And so I think, I'm expecting to see that advantage be given to MTS with their flank classes so strong between Platinum and Squid. But yeah, it's really important to keep your flanks on Gullywash, as it is really in the CP map.
Yeah, Squid, as we said, is tagged up as Kipo, the scout on the MTS squad in red. Go ahead, Mustard.
Yeah, I was going to say, MTS just muscled their way into the choke. They didn't have any real advantage. They just saw that Street Hoops wasn't holding very close yet. I guess their combo was like just spawning. And as I say that, Noko takes down Mang and Butter Knifes Dewatna, so that's just brutal.
But, yeah, the Street Hoops team, they said they wanted to work just as hard and sort of treat each map as equal here, but we really see this Sixes kind of mentality and spirit coming through in this MTS team, and here they come to last. They're just going to go for it.
Yeah, no, that's exactly how you want to play. So you just want to get straight on that point. Like,
wow,
yeah,
so
why not?
There we go.
And being about this last point, I'll just say really quickly that the key to it is definitely cap time, because it's very hard to win the blast point just on a fight because the defensive team has such good positioning and they spawn really fast and really close. But it's actually a positional advantage to be on that point. It's really hard for the defense to like get on it correctly, and you can kind of force them in that one spot and destroy them. Plus, I mean, if they don't get on it, you win. So it's really beneficial.
Yeah, the first round going to MTS.
Ooh,
wow, a lot of big picks already off the start. Just wanted to mention that we go to 4 points, or the most points after a half hour here right now, and we're 2 players up. Luckily, though, Horriblue's still up with his 7% Uber. But
I don't think MTS is going to have time to hold second here. I think they're just going to have to set up for last, and that was kind of a mistake by MTS, I feel. They tried to get up that side, but they didn't like neutralize Dewatna first. What they really did was Sweater to get early stickies on him, and then someone like Squid or Platinum to get aggressive on him to keep him from doing what he just did, which is just left click, right click as their team walked up. And it looks like MTS is actually defending. Yeah. Wow, Duwatna gets dropped in the Uber. That's not good at all. I think that means that MTS might be able to hold this.
Harblue retreating here, healing the scout. Probably not what you want to be doing, but Harblue really lucky there, staying alive and just kind of hanging out here now at this mid area.
Well, this is Harblue's playstyle. You know, he'll put heals on whoever is in front and whoever is doing damage and whoever is around him, and it usually works out. Like, Squid is very capable, and Spamfest actually flanks and takes down Harblue.
Yeah, we kind of see that style, and we saw it on Monday as well, that maybe not a traditional play style. Sweater sort of plays the support demo a little bit and kind of does his own thing, and, you know, all over the place is Harblue, who's just now respawning. And so we're here now.
We'll say to Sweater's credit, he's very strong on this map, generally speaking. So I think he'll be able to make an impact. Like, he's already doing very well. So I wouldn't worry too much about Sweater on this map, whereas on some other maps it seems like he's struggled slightly with putting out as much damage as Duwatna.
The Ubers are roughly equal, unless we see some kind of med pick. We're going to have about equal pops. So far, I mean, it has been pretty equal and back and forth. I think both teams are kind of figuring each other out now on this Gully map. I don't know the last time they played each other on Gully. It might have been a while, so maybe they're sort of feeling each other out to start here, but kind of having more of a traditional sort of Gully moment here, just kind of waiting, building Ubers.
And yeah, I have to say, you really can't underrate just how important it is that Harblue knows this map so well. Like, he knows it like the back of his hand. He knows every like little piece of geometry, every contour. So what you'll see is, unlike a map like Upward where his aggression will leave him caught out, you'll see Harblue able to be almost as or just as aggressive on this map and not die and like get out in crazy ways because he knows this map so well. And that's really what we've seen so far. He's actually died less than Mang despite how aggressive he's playing.
Yeah, what have you seen, Sigafoo? You were going to go ahead there with something?
Yeah, well, I was just going to call out that it looks like MTS is getting really aggressive with their combo on this flank side. They're trying to basically, yeah, they're pincering him right now. You can see they're coming from both sides. Platinum goes down. It looks like they're trying to get damage. They're trying to get aggressive, but the Uber is forced on Harblue. They're trying to get through, get some damage out.
They got a lot of ground to cover though, and they're kind of just getting out now.
Yeah, and their Uber's worse, and Sweater might get caught out.
Yep.
Sweater just trying to put out damage here, but they're kind of
medics
hurt.
went down at the exact same time again.
Wow.
That's like the 10th time that's happened so far tonight.
So 4 or 5 players down from the MTS squad, and like we say, at their core, they're not all Sixes players, but at their core, they are real experienced Sixes players. Street Hoop's kind of giving them a run for their money here in this second round, absolutely.
Yeah, and I have to say, Street Hoops, oh, actually, as I say that, Sweater's just running in and doing a crazy amount of damage. But I mean, MTS kind of played that sort of right at first, the push that they lost. I mean, it's kind of a standard strat to take your combo over to the big door because if the other team's flank isn't expecting that, you know, you'll win the DM fight and get a couple picks. As Paragon snipes
Paragon
Harblue.
gets Harblue, man, oh man.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. But yeah, but they tried that and it was good. But Street Hoops was playing smart and their flank backed up. And MTS just kept trying to muscle away, and even though they didn't have picks, and it did not work out. And
Paragon
you see they're getting
still putting together a string of headshots here, and again, we got 4 up on MTS, and so maybe a bit of the DM certainly shining through here from the Street Hoops side. I really think they did kind of concentrate a lot on this Gully map because they knew it was ahead of them, and they knew they would be at maybe a slight disadvantage in terms of comfort, like you said, Mustard, against this MTS squad. And so just moving right in now, they're going to cap this second, and we're going to be really having a fight in this lobby, actually, and almost getting Uber now. They've got their Uber.
They're going to take their combo up top. And
yeah, so Mang coming up, just holding on to it.
MTS is trying to hold forward to force that Uber early and then get back to last, because if they pop that Uber at last, they should win the round. So really, MTS is trying to hold forward to force that early.
They only have a mini sentry though. Normally you might see an engineer try to get a level 3 here, but they didn't have time. So let's see if that is a factor. Because
Marissa's sniping down river. Look at Marissa, got the pick, but here they come with Uber. Noko picks out Deadbolt.
That's bad. Deadbolt was supposed to be part of this Uber. It was going to be a demo scout Uber. Now it's just Duwatna. He gets caught in. I don't know if he's going to survive, but Skyroller comes in late.
Going down at last.
Barely gets the Uber though.
Barely holding on there at last. We had a big heavy with a ton of HP on last, and real lucky there to hold off what looked like would be a cap.
Street Hoops dilly-dallied a little too much and let MTS get their Uber. That's really what it was. They had a 75% advantage. They should not have let Harblue had any chance of getting that Uber.
And Noko did a great job, like you said, too, sort of breaking up the plan for Street Hoops' Uber, taking out the scout and just sort of going crazy with his knife and his gun. We look now, we actually have the Street Hoops spy is in behind. That's Colombian. I wonder if he can maybe pull something off. We're just kind of resetting here, and so this time around, Harblu's going to have an advantage as long as he can stay up.
Let's see if they choose to push out with it. And yeah, earlier Street Hoops got all the way to last by punishing MTS's overextension, so like, their DM is nearly as good as MTS, and if they can catch MTS out when they just get a little too cocky, I think that's going to be what Street Hoops can do. If they play just aggressive enough to catch the other team out without overextending themselves. But they I don't know how they're going to break this last hold. If Harblu doesn't push out, it's going to be Uber v Uber. And
Colombian came in. I mean, you know, Sigafoo, anyone who's played this map in a competitive setting knows how hard it is to push out of this last point, but it looks like that's exactly what we're going to see here. It's not the easiest point at all to come out of, is it?
No, not at all. I mean, it's kind of hard because basically if you get punished really easily, if you mess up at all, if you don't get their medic down, getting Ubers traded right here, good job by MTS kind of popping out. They're not going to take ground off of it. Well, they're getting caught out now.
Yeah, MTS tried to push out an Uber advantage, but it was much smaller than they thought it was. And the other team ended up getting Uber before they even reached the other team. Like, while Squid was running towards them, they got Uber. However,
go ahead.
Duana did go down in the repush. That's the only hope for MTS. This is getting really scrappy. It's pretty close, right? I think without Duana to take down that mini sentry, I think MTS is barely gonna hold.
I'm gonna give props to Huey for doing a great job air blasting and just doing, you know, holding up the MTS players as they tried to back out. That air blast can really sort of be a difference maker, as we saw a lot of those guys go down. And so we're resetting now with Uber's pretty equal, and I don't know if we're gonna see MTS try to push out like that again. Sort of waiting for picks right now. Marissa's down on the MTS side.
MTS actually pushing out right now. They're pushing out from top this time instead of lower, and now they're taking second really easily.
And I think they realized that they had a better... Oh, hold on, there's a back cap. Let's see what can happen.
Oh, no!
Ridiculous.
What?
3-person back cap, spy, scout, soldier.
Yeah.
How did that happen? How does MTS let that happen?
Well, they pushed out up top. They pushed out up top, and I don't think anyone really even checked to see if any of the other players were still in lobby pushing like lower or just walking through shutter. Like, they pushed out Riverside, but that's not where the other team came from.
Unbelievable back cap as Street Hoops ties it up 1-1, and suddenly we've got a match on Gully. Duana real quick to the midpoint here, and we've got our
He's done
mid.
so much damage so far.
Yep.
Putem was actually doing a lot of damage.
Down, but Mango's has 4 down right now.
Really
nice cleanup by Ash and Deadbolt.
Oh, wipe.
Full wipe.
Complete wipe.
That was beautiful. Ash jumped across the point at the exact same time that Deadbolt ran across the point, at the exact same time that Duana spammed pills over the point, and they caught out like 5 or 6 players of MTS just by themselves, and they're already trying to spawn.
Street Hoops charging in. Ash is underneath the point. They're all here. It's party time for Street Hoops. They're not kidding around. They're all... This is amazing. I don't think this is what we expected coming into this.
This is what... Oh, and Ash is actually on last, and he almost gets it by himself.
Wow.
No, he had there was a spy. It was a spy soldier back cap.
And it was really close, too. If it weren't for that meddling pyro
all
and
of
heavy.
MTS went down. I mean, we've got just all of Street Hoops swarming here now, and they're not going to let up on the pressure. They are at a slight Uber disadvantage.
Right now.
Yeah.
I'd like to see them push right now before the other team spawns, especially with all that cap time. You know, they can just run straight to the point. See if they do it, or I think they're going to wait. They waited a little too long. They let the other team get their spawn, so they missed out on that opportunity. But yeah, I think the advantage Street Hoops has is they have such good chemistry. Their focus fire was really good that mid. If they don't get too scared of playing aggressive, like when they go in together, they're going to get kills because they have such good chemistry with one another and understand how each other plays.
Yeah, Skyrolla mentioned to me sort of in pregame interviews that comms was something they were looking to tighten up a little bit, this Street Hoops team. We have a little Marissa picking out Paragon there, and so the sniper war is ongoing. Both Ubers here, and so we're going to have something happening very soon. Who's going to act first?
It's probably going to be the
coming down
team.
river now. Here comes Street Hoops going underneath.
They get forced really early, though. If Mang had gotten down there without popping, this would have been a lot more powerful than it is, but they have gotten some nice kills. Columbia did stab the heavy.
Air blast on the point. We still got Huey underneath, and the heavy, almost the whole combo still underneath, and they're just going to pick off MTS one by one, I think, till they can come up, seems like.
Wow.
Yeah, this can still work because of how many picks they got.
Well, it's going to work because, yeah, the picks, yeah. That's crazy.
Beautiful.
Street Hoops takes their second in a row And looking at the time, we have 15 minutes or so left on this map. And remember that whoever hits 4 points first, or whoever has the most after this 30 minutes, they're going to take this home. And if Street Hoops wins this map, that's it. They become the champions season 11. And so let's watch this.
Duana rolling out Big Door this time. And actually, both demos did. Both demos, so that you're going to see another mirror match, but in the opposite ways, because both teams decided to switch their rollout. But Paragon snipes Harbu right away. And that's actually one of the biggest problems with this rollout, is you expose your medic to the sniper right when he's walking up the sniper's a Big Door, that 1 second. And Paragon got 3 kills in that time.
MTS are just almost a full wipe again.
Fathom saved his team that round potentially. He ran in at the last second and flared down the medic, so...
A big deal for sure, but, you know, for MTS, you almost have to go into desperation mode right now, don't you, Sigafoo?
Yeah, I mean, basically right now you're going to be in your heels. Like, if you give up 1 more point, you're going to be probably down to 10 minutes, and you have to cap 2 times on Gullywash in 10 minutes, which can be an ordeal, especially with how well both these teams are playing. Looks like MTS is not going to go down fighting. They're contesting second right now. Just after his capture, they're taking some ground here. They're trying to push Street Hoops back out to choke. Though
Duwatna going down, that's a big pick. As Squid is doing a lot of good work as well. We saw using all those unlocks last time, not really going that way, just kind of running vanilla this time, which is maybe a smart move.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, picking up an Uber saw hit, which is helpful as well. So we're going to see an advantage. Actually, no, still Harblu in the lead by about 20% on the Ubers. Harblu's got his, but he just lost Sweater, and so that's a lot of firepower to lose. But Sweater, as we said, mostly support.
Harblu forced to pop, though, and Main doesn't even have his yet, but he's very close. I think Street Hoops might push back on this because they have a demo and the other team doesn't, but Sweater does just spawn, so let's see what happens. And wow, actually, Street Hoops didn't even cap it yet, so that's not good.
So Duana now trying to sort of strong-arm this mid, putting out a lot of damage here at choke and kind of bullying the MTS team out of here, getting back up now finally from the heavy.
Yeah, I think a lot of MTS's players were waiting for forward spawn, and because of that extra little delay, they didn't get to mid in time. Like, by the time they got the forward spawn, the other team was already recapping, so Street Hoops re-pushed really quickly, and they have Uber advantage now. And they're sneaking behind the other team's lobby.
Look at this, really yeah. We got Uber Pop now in lobby. Duana getting flashed around here now. It's actually Duana and Skyroll taking it. Not gonna maybe have the outcome they wanted on that, and maybe are they gonna try to cycle around as Duana goes down there?
MTS had snuck up top. They could have probably pushed out and blocked the cap there, but they chose actually the safer option, which was to go back to last. Not like that's characteristically an un-MTS-like play.
So we see Harblu now wants to stay alive after this Uber, just Ubering, finally meets up with his demo. Hello. And so in this lobby now, right now, they want to come out. I mean, we talked about how hard it is, though, to come out of this last point.
And I think
this got real lucky. Go ahead.
Are going to cap it because they locked out the choke. That's a bit surprising, though, because Street Hoops does have full Uber advantage now, and I think they are going to retaliate very soon.
Yeah, and so here we go now. We're just about got Uber now, does Mang, and so wondering, are they going to act on that right away and just take it down their throats, or what kind of strategy we're going to see from Street Hoops here? Well, they just seem content to sort of hold position right now.
Yeah, MTS is understanding that they don't have Uber advantage, so they're taking the high ground, so that when Street Hoops pushes through, they can't just push straight into them. They can't just get the DM. They have to jump up to them. But they're pushing out from under.
Skyroll, the slowest class in the game, comes out and promptly gets headshotted, and so we're forced now, and this is not what Street Hoops really wanted. Kind of a smart move by MTS, I agree with you, Sigafoo. Taking that kind of height advantage because they're able to get out a lot easier now, and Street Hoops now kind of bleeding more than they want to. Nice air pipe there. Sweater getting a... Yeah, just a huge pick by Sweater there.
This is exactly what MTS should do when Street Hoops tries to push behind them into their lobby. Just push out and block the point, because it's only going to be the flank classes there if the combo's behind, and you could just kill all of them really easily, and that's what just happened. And I take a look at the stats really quick, and this is from the end of last round, so it's not fully updated, but Paragon 23 and 10. He has, again, way more kills than anyone else in this.
Yeah,
he showed up today.
Yeah, I mean, pulling off the mid-cap and trying to ride the momentum here a little bit. Time starting maybe to sort of become a bit of a factor. We're looking at about 10 minutes here now. Certainly MTS wants to take at least one more round. They're chomping at the bit, and here we come, super early pop.
It looks like they're just trying to catch out Mang there, just kind of going straight into lobby. And they're going to get second here, but Street Hoops is going to have the big Uber advantage, so I'll be curious to see if they push out from last now, or if they're going to content to hold it.
Yeah, I mean, they are around ahead, so...
Nobody in behind the lines, there's no spy behind or anything like that, so we'll see how... It'll be pretty important how Street Hoops plays this. Noko the spy trying to get in, but he gets spotted out.
Looks like they're going to be pushing out from lobby right now. Harblu's caught out. Let's see if they're able to take him down during this Uber exchange. It's really important. Doing his dance.
Even if they
Dodging gets the power.
Harblu down now. Meng's still up in this case, but
they need to get cap time.
Yeah, just kind of retreating. I'm surprised that no cap time at all. Nobody got on it whatsoever. As MTS continues to hold up above, they have their heavy and their demo just kind of raining down on whoever tries to come out.
Yeah, that was very. Yeah, go ahead.
That was very close to being not only a failed push, but a re-push by MTS on the last, but then they lost Harblu at the last second. Still not a very good push by Street Hoops.
So now we've got the combo and Street Hoops up above, but do they realize that they've got MTS guys in behind them?
Well, they're rotating
MTS
right now
comes
back.
into lobby and they realize there's nobody here. Finally now real lucky there for Street Hoops that they got back in time because they were about to come out on a second without realizing. They had half of MTS behind them, and now...
Duana wants to push the... Duana smells blood. He's going back out through Shutter.
Yeah, Meng's got his Uber, too.
Yeah, and Harblu might get caught out here. This is not good if he gets caught out. He's making a mad dash for...
Again, they've got a lot of ground to cover, though, here with this Uber, and we've got, on last point, shutting down the last cap, which is real lucky there. That was Noko going for it.
That was a really good play by Noko, though, because this way... Oh, wait, never mind. I was about to say Harblu didn't even have to leave through the choke. He could stay in
going
on two.
down.
But
look at this. We've got
yep.
3 players left up now on MTS.
Yeah, Street Hoops is just not being aggressive enough to get out. They've had a couple chances to get out to second. They finally got it, but it's kind of gifted to them with that Harblu pick. Like, they need to learn how to be able to push out when they just have player advantage, not the medic down kind of an advantage.
Yeah, unfortunately they're already in a lead, so it might not even matter if they can't push out a last because MTS has to start capping lasts, and this is the time's ticking down. There's only 8 minutes left.
Yeah, Noko is in behind, just picked up a stab on the Soldier Platinum, or sorry, not Platinum, Ash. And Noko just trying to do it, but those flanking classes are so important, especially on a map like this. We've got Uber now on Meng's side, and so Street Hoops, they do have their Uber.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they're more passive with this. They're already up by 1. Oh, nope, never mind. They're pushing straight in. They don't care.
Yeah, here comes. And so backing right the hell out of there is Harblu, who's only at 80%. Got a super aggressive Street Hoops team coming after him, but they've lost a few there. There was a stab on Huey Lewis, which is a big deal. Skyroller going down. Wow. And Mang going down as well there.
Yeah, nice flank by Platinum and Squid.
Yeah, I was gonna say the power of flank classes right here is that they pushed in, they overextend. They didn't overextend, but they pushed across the point. They got pushed from both sides because they're trying to chase down. They got flanked from the side, and then all of them died. Now they have a failed push. MTS is pushing the last. They shouldn't have pushed out there. I think they should just kind of not necessarily park the bus, but be more passive.
With 7 minutes left to go, MTS has got their Uber, and here they come. They want to take this round right now. Uber is in, and like you say, taking it on the scout and the demo. Let's see if they can pull this off. There's a mini underneath the point. Harblu going down. Platinum working.
Street Hoops holds this, that'll be ridiculous. Are they really? Oh my god. That's crazy.
They are holding it. Everybody down except Light Off, and that's everyone. Another wipe for this MTS team who are getting just outworked and outplayed by Street Hoops tonight.
I think that was all because of the mini sentry, honestly. I think it was underneath the point, and when MTS ran to the point, they were just not anticipating that, and it saved Street Hoops the round.
Yeah, super clutch by Spamfest, just knowing where to have the mini. Pretty good strat, and now, you know, starting to run out of time. We've got 6 minutes left here. If MTS can't pull
MTS
off,
is going to push right now.
Yeah, they have to.
They're going to push right now. They got Duana. You're not going to get a better pick than that. They have to go now. Duana's up in 5 seconds. They're going right now.
Yeah, they're coming underneath. Here they go, underneath the points. The Soldier, the Demo, and Heavy actually joining them as well. Let's see how this plays out.
Duana's
spotted out. Yeah, they're finally coming up. They're spotted out, and they've got to just take it in right now.
Harblu popped and he dropped his sweater, and they have almost no one up, so I don't know if this is going to work.
They can't cap.
I don't think it will.
Oh, and the Heavy getting stabbed. That's Pretzel. Huge clutch play there by Colombian, and so much for that push. Noko in no position, and Noko finally goes down.
Yeah,
So that's 2 in a row failed pushes by MTS.
That was just a really bad play by MTS there, because basically they were like, all right, when you do the underneath play, you need to be sneaky about it. Having 4 people, including your giant heavy, try to go underneath the point isn't that sneaky. They were caught out, everybody rotated properly, they got flanked behind. They basically just got wrecked there. They never had a chance. They needed to just pull out right away.
And honestly, that wasn't the push to do there, because they were only pushing because so many of 3 Hoops was dead. But you spawned in about 10 seconds on Gullywash last, and they were all up by the time 3 Hoops got to the point, so it was pretty much over anyways.
Uber's popped. I mean, MTS wants to get the better of this if they can, but we've got a lot going down. 3 Hoops kind of bled a lot out there. Now, it's not outside of the realm of possibility here. We have 4.5 minutes left.
And there's that Wrangled Mini in action, by the way. That's why that push failed.
This MTS team, they've got time. This is not the end of the world, and they can still tie this up to 2 as they come, and they're going to try to get this mid-cap, see what they can do from there. 4 minutes and 15 seconds. They're taking their Uber in. I don't know what happened there. They were
forced. I think Harper got scared by Paragon right there.
Wow, and so sort of head games there. You see how it, you know, having a good sniper on your team, you can kind of cause phantom Uber pops maybe sometimes.
Or the spy taking you out from behind right there. Colombian Gamer taking out Harblue.
Yeah, and so MTS, they've got Harblue down, Marissa going down now as well. But we've got about 4 up on each side, and so this is coming down to DM here now.
Yeah, crucially, those 3 Hoops kept their medic alive.
It's a little bloodbath here. We have flaming bodies and body parts all over the place now, 3 up aside. They're going to get their respawns here.
And the MTS is still holding on to mid, which is what they need. They can't afford to have to do another push to cap mid. Yeah, they need to get Mang popped right now, be able to push in, or they just need to kind of just do a blind push. Doesn't matter. Just try to get lucky.
This is it. Out. I mean, yeah, it all boils down to this right here, ladies and gentlemen, with 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. This is the whole season on the line here for MTS, and if they do not pull off another point, it's going to be it. And so they are just building right now. They're at about a 25% disadvantage for Uber. Kind of a classic Gullywash moment here right now.
Yeah, this is where you see 3 Hoops parking the bus. They realize that the only way they can lose this is if they completely mess up this hold. But let's see if they do. You know, stranger things have happened.
Look at this, cycling. Everyone's cycling around to Big Door. Looks like they're taking it.
Where there's a level 2 sentry and Sticky. 3 Hoops has read this.
They need to
rotate.
Play there. They need to rotate back around.
And they use their Uber right here in the garage area.
3 picks, though. They got 3 picks.
Yeah.
They pick out
4.
Wow, they've got 4 down, yeah, but they lose 4 of their own, 5 of their own, as the Uber was popped right back.
Yeah. You'll notice all those picks came on the flank, but from the actual people at MTS on that side, that their combo that was there, they were just butting their head against the brick wall of that wrangled level 2 sentry, and there was no way they were gonna win that.
Yeah,
and this is starting to
work.
This is looking bleak for MTS, you know?
Yeah.
Complete reversal from Monday.
It might not, not even go to Viaduct. It might end right here on 5CP. A bomb in from the soldier. And just, again, like we say, just kind of desperation mode now from this Menace to Society.
Fathom going big right now. Fathom going huge. Taking down the demo, taking down the medic. Kills coming out here. There's only 4 up for 3 Hoops right now. This is what they need to do. Push right now. They need to get, they have, what, a minute 44 on the clock.
3 up!
They can do this.
Go for this cap?
This is the beauty of TF2, man. Desperation isn't always a bad thing, you know? Except there's a back cap going on.
By the Pyro. Go down. He goes down. 5 on the cap. They have a minute 30 left in the clock. They can do this right now. They're 3
we've
down.
We've got the whole combo coming in, and we've got sticks there. Oh, and they take out. Nice little stick trap, but did not work. No actual picks there. We had people flying around, but they're coming right in now underneath. I'm gonna try this through Mang lower.
Mang dead from Marissa's body shot. This is possible.
Here they come into last.
They gotta get on point. Get on point.
They have to get the gun. They got the gun. I think they
got
have
point. Get that point. Get that
2
point.
on point. Oh, they are going big. Oh my God. So good. Heavy
they got it.
MTS.
Beautiful. And this is the thing about
with less than a minute left.
This is the beautiful thing about TF2, man. Desperation, not always a bad thing in TF2. Sometimes desperation means your team gets coordination going on because everyone knows they have to go in right now. So then everyone on your team's on the same page, you know?
We are losing our minds here right now.
I'm not rare.
Losing my breath right now, guys. With 30 seconds left on this map, I do not think we're going to see anything go down So tying it up 2-2 is MTS. I think they're just going to sit here and wait.
So, question: is this going to Golden Cap, or
I
does
believe it goes to
win
Golden
because
Cap.
they won the first map?
No, I believe it goes to Golden
I hope that's
Cap.
what happens. That's good because I want to see more of this. So yeah, last round Golden Cap, first round, whoever gets the first round wins. It all comes down to this, you know.
Wow.
If for those who've lost track, if MTS wins this next round, they force it to a third map. If they lose this next round, Street Hoops are your season 11. Is it 11?
Yeah, it's 11. Season 11.
Season 11
champs.
championships.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're gonna fight it out here. We're gonna stick on this map because every map has to have a winner.
Really quick stat check: Paragon is at 42 and 19 right now. Meanwhile, Dewatna is at 570 damage per minute. He has almost 17,000 damage. Sweater has about 13,000. So Sweater's not doing horrible, but Dewatna is just dominating these fights. And Paragon has about 9 more kills above the next highest person, which is actually Ash, who's been getting a lot of nice cleanup kills. But I mean, Paragon is just destroying. And I bet if you look at the med picks, I bet that's pretty high as well. I haven't seen. Hold on, let's see the med picks category. Yeah, Paragon has 7 med picks. The next highest from anyone in the game is 3. So,
Wow.
I mean, if I had to name an MVP for that game, for the game so far, it has to be Paragon. Not even a question.
Yeah, and so a couple of the players on both teams now, I guess, just kind of taking a few minutes, so we will be able to talk about this a little bit. What kind of a finish did you think it would come down and be this close on this Gullywash map? Sigafoo, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I gotta say that it's not shocking because, you know, when I was talking to them on Monday, they were saying that they didn't choose Gullywash over Granary because they were worried about Paragon, because the sightlines are so big on this. And the thing I want to say too is that we have to also put this game into context. MTS, one of the longest running Platinum teams in the game currently playing. Yep. They have yet to finish in first place. They have always been the bridesmaid. They've never been the bride. They've never been the bride. You know, they finished third, they finished second, but they've never finished first. This is it. That last-minute cap was their one last chance to get this. Now they have one round to give themselves still a chance, not even a win, a chance to go to Viaduct to finally get that first-place trophy. And I bet you that is on their mind right now. I bet that is riding that nervous. I bet they're a little bit nervous right now, knowing that they want that, because they've always come so close, but they've never gotten it.
Yeah, definitely a little. Go ahead.
Conflicting storyline. I mean, Street Hoops is a team on the rise. You know, every season they get a little bit better. They went from silver champions before there was a gold to, like, what was their record? Like 4 or like 3 and 5 in platinum. Like they were one of the bottom teams. Yeah, one of the lowest level teams in platinum. To an actual contender in platinum. They went like 500 in the season and did okay in playoffs. To the team that did really well in the summer season, but no one really took that seriously because it's the summer season. You know, a lot of the top teams weren't in there. To now a team that's about to take their like first grand finals appearance potentially. So this is just a great storyline. You know, you have the team that's perennially second, trying to win the first, and you have the team that's just been on the rise and they smell blood. You know, this is going to be really close. And as I was saying before, you know, that map could have ended in the first half could have ended in 2 ways. It could have ended in MTS running in and getting completely wiped and looking like idiots, or them running in and completely wiping the other team and looking like champions. You know, that's what happens when you go all in, and they really had to, and it worked out for them, you know.
Went all in a few times, actually, failing the first couple times, but luckily pulling it off there on that last kind of when they had to. And so, yeah, certainly the MTS team, they kind of quietly had a fantastic season under everyone's radar. I mean, a lot of people were just looking at the sort of undefeated run that Street Hoops had this season, and MTS were every bit as good. I mean, they only, you know, they're the number 3 seed, but like you said, they're a super strong team, right?
Throughout the season, MTS was the most dominant team on 5 CP maps. They were the best on Gullywash, the best on Granary. They struggled a little bit on payload, and that's where their losses mostly came from. And now it's live. See what happens.
Yow! We have a golden cap round going down. I am Getawhale, still joined by Mr. Sigafoo, Mr. Mustardoverlord. Whoever wins this round are gonna, well, they're gonna win this map. And I'll stop talking. Let's watch this rollout here. Maybe one team's a little more cautious.
Immediately.
Wow, Mang already down, and that's gonna hurt for Street Hoops. We see here, just kind of trying to bully the point, is Pretzel the Heavy for MTS, but gonna get caught out here.
This is turning into a very scrappy fight.
This Street Hoops, yeah.
Everyone
they
down.
go down.
Street Hoops has wiped, yeah, and so that's not going to bode well for them. We can see real quick rounds go down in this gully map, can't we, guys?
Yeah, I don't know if it was that 2 extra seconds of healing they had before their own medic went down, or just their collective DM, but MTS just in that scrappy fight at the end came out on top, as they so often do, you know? They love it when fights get scrappy. That's when they have the biggest advantage with their DM, you know?
Yeah, so on this golden cap here, if MTS can pull off this round and win this round, they will have tied up the maps, and we're going to go to the third map, which is Viaduct, but for the time being, let's see what they're doing here. They have a couple down in lobby. We got Marissa trying to pick up a little snipe. She's not getting anything yet, though. A little bit of a split push going on. We have our flankers doing their job on MTS, and we have the combo sticking around.
I gotta say, if there's one thing I'm disappointed by this game so far, it's that no one's tried crits. I'm always a fan of the crit switch, and I haven't seen a single one so far, but still very exciting game. MTS is holding outside because I guess they know Meng has like a 20% Uber advantage, but once they get it, they're gonna come inside because they know it's safe.
Yeah, Noko, the MTS spy, in behind the lines was spotted, but he's still in there, or sorry, she's in there still chilling out. Gets spotted out finally.
She was actually winning a DM fight against Deadbolt on Scout, who fled in panic as he types, "I'm the worst" in chat. Deadbolt with a bit of humility in the Grand Finals. That's nice to see.
They have a level 3 on last, watching the back part of it.
Well, so sort of a
that doesn't catch MTS
version. Yeah, I mean, we saw it work with the mini, so, you know, why not throw a level 3 on there?
I can definitely see the possibility of a push where MTS thinks they're about to win it. Everything's going well, and they run into that sentry, and suddenly like 4 of them die at once.
Yeah, are they ready for that? I mean, what do? Do you send Noko in so that she can kind of, as she blows up there, so she can kind of scout out what's going on there? Do you think that she can spot out that gun?
Yeah, I mean, I hope she would. I mean, ideally, it would be that she decloaks, saps it, and then you have your demo come in and spam it down basically right away. It's also, he's not using the Rescue Ranger, so he's not going to be able to heal it very quickly without going down himself.
Yeah. Did Squid run in just to get bottled by Dewatna? That's pretty funny. Regardless, Sweater takes down Dewatna with a sticky trap. Dewatna trying to push out, not checking the corner, and MTS is actually just going to straight push on that, but by the time Uber's out, Dewatna might be back up.
Now, using kind of the same pop they've had, MTS on the point, but they know the gun is there now, it looks like. I would hope.
This push is probably not going to work, though.
Noko on the gun, coming up the rear. Heavy's on it. MTS on the point. Scout coming in now. Squid's going for it. Everyone just stacking on this point.
MTS takes them out.
Whoa, wow.